Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited Kitchen Rants. It's like 5 o'clock, Monday, the 14th of July. Um, Talking about a story called The Bank Vision. I had this idea for like an augmented super soldier, like maybe a spy, um, like the CIA, and they coordinate with somebody and they put their eggheads together and they create basically what is supposed to be a surgical procedure that turns you into a psychic. And they have a very precise listing of possible candidates, and they narrow it down to 10 very promising ones, and they pick the guy at the bottom of the list, not the top, because they're not 100% sure that their surgery is safe. So they take the guy who's the protagonist of the story, they put him under the knife, they augment him, and he's cool with it because they figured out how to do augmentation surgeries for like regular genetic superhumans like strong folk or flame folk or speed folk, but no one's done psychics. And they assured him that this is a safe process, and he'll yes, he's a killer, but he'll be able to see other people in danger and be able to telepathically intercede on their behalf. It'll be a weapon for justice, truth, and liberty. Now, of course, they have their own telepaths convincing him that this is a good idea. That's why he went along with it. Grizzled, middle-aged killer, and he normally would not have signed up for this, but they nudged him. So he signs up for it, goes under the knife, and 1 3-day coma later, he wakes up and he has nothing. Nothing. And they poke, they prod, they say, okay, well, I guess you're a dud. Well, at least the procedure is safe. Let's go to the top of the list. They went to the top of the list, all the way down to the other 9, and they all died. Every last one of them, they all died. No indicator that it was a success whatsoever. Fingers were pointed, heads rolled, in some cases literally, and the project was shelved. Guy goes back to being a killer for a while, retires, goes into the private sector with Uncle Sam's blessing. They even threw him some jobs, and he's killing, and then one day the visions hit. That's what you don't see every day. Okay, you make somebody into a super soldier, haha, and they either come out a super soldier and they run off and do the butt whipping almost from day one, or they go crazy and something is flawed and da 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 da. Well, what if nothing happened? And they stamp you as a dud, they forget about you, and then a few years later, bam, your powers emerge. Just a little tardy, you know? Maybe I should change the name of the story to Tardy. Anyway, he starts having these visions, and he starts picking up his powers, and then, ooh, he would make one heck of a villain. I mean, ooh. Or a barely interested NPC who, like, maybe helps the protagonist, maybe hinders the protagonist, maybe both at the same time in the same crisis, but he can see when people are in trouble, and normally he wouldn't care. He actually stays in a victim's mind as they're being like beaten, tortured, even killed, and there's no backlash, and he barely feels their pain. It's like it's muted. Like, well, okay, ooh, that's what it feels like to be thrown off a building, huh? Kind of tickles because he has safeties in his head, and he doesn't want to get the side blocker drugs because folks will wonder why. He doesn't want to get too flashy with his powers because, again, they might be backtracked to him. Tells no one, of course. And then one fine day, he gets awakened by this vision involving a bank heist. Sorta. A heist, anyway. And that's all I'm going to tell you, but it has teeth. Little polish. This one has potential. And I just thought I'd mention it. Now I got to go back to working on tomorrow's newsletter. No rest for the wicked. Okay, I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. Please like and subscribe. iVillain.net. That's where my books are, available on Amazon and Kindle. Please check them out. I will line up my next few gigs, put them on the newsletter as well. And, Unheroic is coming along quite nicely. I've chosen to start that one first. I'm stacking up stories, polishing them, and so far, so very nice. Okay, till next time.